These are the federal workers who just found out they lost their jobs this morning. The State Department is laying off more than 1,300 employees this Friday. And behind me, you've got a rally going on as these workers walk out with pots in their hands and crowds are cheering and supporting them.
Yeah, so my entire team was affected by this. This is a sad day for democracy. It's a sad day for human rights.
These cuts are part of a major reorganization planned by the Trump administration. The administration says it's about streamlining and making the department more efficient. But critics argue that this will seriously weaken U.S. diplomacy at a time when global tensions are rising.
I just think it's a sad time for our institution at a time when, if anything, the State Department is needed more than ever.
Continues. The Republican Party's not going to pay $1.5 trillion to illegal immigrants coming into our country, coming in for a lot of reasons, coming in from prisons, from jails, from all over the place, from Venezuela, many countries. We're not going to do that. So the shutdown continues. It's a Democrat shutdown. It's a Schumer shutdown because his career has failed and it's over. I met with presidents.
We have some breaking news we're following. This is out of Washington, as just in the last hour, termination notices were expected to begin hitting inboxes of thousands of State Department employees as part of the Trump administration's efforts to drastically shrink the federal government. We're going to bring back NBC News White House correspondent Monica Alba on this. Monica, what do we know? What do we not know about these terminations?
Well, Alex, we know that the termination notices were supposed to go out starting around 10 a.m. and that likely they would roll out for a couple of hours due to how slow the internal State Department email system is. So this is a situation where many State Department employees yesterday were put on alert. We're told that today they could be getting that kind of information. So to be prepared for that and to come to work with everything, they might need to return before leaving the State Department for the last time today. And we're talking about civil servants in addition to Foreign Service officers, as many as 3,000 cuts expected today. And it's not just all layoffs necessarily. Some people were offered the opportunity to take early retirement, for instance. But this is all a part of the Trump administration's effort to cut some of these agencies, with the Department of Government Efficiency trying to essentially make a mandate for these different agencies to completely reorganize or to have what's known as a RIF, a reduction in force. And this is something that the Supreme Court paved the way for to take place. And so the State Department is where we're seeing a very concentrated example of that.
There's a layoff in USA. Many companies in USA has been closed up. Why? How do you need these people of USA to survive? Did you know how many people that layoff has affected? How many families that have been affected? Because as we have seen, over, let me say over 300,000.
300,000 employees. The federal workforce is to lose 300,000 employees, and this is led by Donald J. Trump. He actually went to the Supreme Court to ask for mass layoffs of federal employees, and he got it. 300,000 federal employees to be laid off in the next coming months, in addition to what's already happened. If you did not know, Washington, D.C. right now is a disaster. It has the highest unemployment, the most houses up for sale. Business is down because of the troops. Washington, D.C. is a disaster, but so is every other state. So expect another 300,000 people in the workforce competing against you. These people have masters and PhDs. They actually went to the government to serve. They typically make less money. You can thank one man and one man alone.
And employees are unemployed now due to layoff. And as we all know, layoff happens when there's factors that make the layoff. One of the factors is the company cost cutting. Another factor that affect the layoff of the company is economic slowdown or recession. There's many things that can happen, the layoff of the company. But in USA, it's different. My question is, how do you want those people of US to survive? Those families to survive? I'm gonna play you more and more videos about the layoff of the companies in US. Then I'll come back for more and more. Keep on watching.
This is the 17th day of the government shutdown, and there has been 10 failed votes in Senate. Senate has closed for the weekend, and they will resume on Monday with the next vote being held on the 20th. President Trump has made it very known that he is completely okay with this shutdown and all that it has done. And he has doubled down in saying that he is very much ready and willing and will continue to slash programs permanently that are democratically supported. And the ironic thing about that statement is that this is the idiocy of people who elected this man, because the understanding that there are Democratic programs and Republican programs is that line of stupidity that we are living in this country. And a lot of people who are not Democrats that are experiencing deep loss, deep upheaval, programs being cut that they benefited from. This is the reality. It is understanding that people were fed BS and they ate it up with a spoon. They slurped it down and followed it with a chaser, because the cuts that are happening now affect everyone. No matter what side of the aisle you're on, no matter your political party, if you are a person that benefited from SNAP and you happen to have voted for Trump, yeah, this is what is happening. If you are a person that benefits from SNAP and you didn't vote for Trump, yeah, this is happening, right? So that understanding that it's them versus us is why we are here right now. There's supposed to be a universal protection of people in this country by whomever is in office. And we have gotten so far from that now we're going into another record shutdown. And if many of you are not aware, this is Trump's third shutdown, right? This is the third shutdown happening while Trump is in office. And it shows a lack of complete understanding of processes. It shows a complete selfishness and idolization of just the 1% and how far people who want to be in close proximity with the 1% or are in fact in the 1%, how much they do not care about anybody else. So I hope that anybody who is suffering the consequences, the aftermath, the atrocities of this shutdown, I hope that y'all are okay. I hope that y'all can maintain. I hope that you have a support system. I hope that tomorrow's a better day for you. That's it. Bye.
I just quit my 9-to-5 job that I've had for 3 years. I wasn't planning on quitting. I just feel like I'm wasting time. I feel like I am working towards other people's goals and not my own. All for $4,000 a month, $4,000 a month to invest 160 hours of your life. It's not worth it. And to be honest, I'm so fucking scared. There's so much life in me, and I feel like it's just being sucked out for a job that doesn't even matter. But the thing is my boss would get to see the aftermath of all the hard work that I would put into the things that I did. But I never got to see it. You know, I heard something though. Fear is actually a compass pointing to where you should go next. I'm talking to a camera. This is the scariest thing for me. I don't even think it will be worth it, but it's time to take control.
I don't know where y'all get all of this fortune cookie wisdom from and stuff like that, but I will tell you that the smart thing to do is to never leave a job until you get another position. Unless you can just go back home to your parents and just live like that or whatever. But all of this, fairy tale nonsense that y'all got going on out here is real in the field. And more importantly, the economy is not what y'all think that it is. And so for her to just be feeling some type of way at a job, men can't do this. Men can't just say, oh my God, I'm feeling drained at the job and I'm not getting any fulfillment out of it. And I don't get any accolades and my boss doesn't make me feel as good as I want him to make me feel. And then they could just walk away from it and just be out here happy-go-lucky. Nope. You got to take care of business. Nope. You got to make sure that you take care of, you be responsible about things. And you can't be out here fumbling the bag. And so, what I would say is I know that a job is not necessarily there to fulfill you. It's there to give you the money that you need in order to make sure that you can feed yourself and take care of your business while you discover your purpose and you look to leapfrog into the next position and you grow into it. That way you make a lot more money and you don't have any gaps in employment. But I guess everybody is just in their feelings, even at a time where a lot of people are being displaced by AI, when, the types of jobs that people are doing is changing. People just have the ability to just be able to walk away and just say, I'm scared, and record themselves for the internet. And that's the end of the conversation. We in a different time, right? I think that
and this administration has really put it to us. And it's like there's a vengeful side that's coming down on us.
Employees of the Veterans Administration are dealing with a lot of stress. Some are furloughed, some are working without pay for now. And it's just the latest in what they say has been a very tough year.
It's a scary, 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 unstable environment where everybody is basically living on fear and intimidation.
But on top of all of that, they say what they really worry about is what this means for the veterans who need the medical care.
It's going to be detrimental to our vets. How can you possibly say that you're going to go ahead and you're all for the veterans and then turn around and do this?
We're hearing there from leadership of the local union here. And on top of all of that, they mentioned that as well, some veterans don't qualify for VA care, and so they're having to buy out of the marketplace, and they're worried that, if premiums go up, as we keep hearing, that many of those veterans will have to deal with that too.
Federal employees, an exclusive Washington Post story just broke an hour ago, and I think it has information many of you have been waiting for. If you work for the federal government, especially at agencies like HUD, Interior, Justice, Commerce, SBA, Treasury, EPA, or Social Security, you're probably going to want to hear this. Probably interested in maybe what percentage your agency is about ready to be cut. Well, it looks like an internal guidance provides some clues. The Post has obtained an internal White House document outlining massive potential layoffs planned across federal agencies. That's not a surprise. I haven't seen it yet, but it appears to kind of have estimates for many agencies. According to the Post, these cuts range between 8 and 50% of agency staff, depending upon the agency. According to the Post reporting, here's specifically what's at stake. HUD could lose as many as half of its roughly 8,300 person workforce. The Interior Department could cut nearly 1 in 4 employees. IRS might lose almost 1/3 of its staff. The Commerce Department's looking about a 30% estimated reduction. The SBA, Small Business Administration, could see cuts up to 43%. Justice Department faces an 8% reduction. Treasury Department faces around a 30% personnel cut. EPA could lose around 10% of its staff with heavy cuts to research and development teams. Now, these numbers come directly from a draft White House document, according to the Post, that was leaked to the Washington Post. It's important to remember this document's described in their reporting as, quote, preliminary.
As we have seen, there are many companies in USA that has been laid off. One of the companies, tech, retail, and manufacturing. The reason why those companies lay off is the economy was slowing down. The economy of those companies was slowing down. That make them lay off. After rapid growth in the past years, the previous years, The companies wanted also to reduce the cost. How? They wanted to reduce the cost so that they can protect the profit that they get. There are many things that affect. Also, there's what we call the interest. When the interest is high or the tax is high, I think the company will no more continue to work because it will, each and every day will get a loss. The high money, the high profit the company get will be going for the tax. So this layoff has affected many things, many families, many people, even companies, because first of all, it has created unemployment. There's unemployment opportunities in USA. It affected many families because there were people who were depending on those workers who are working in those companies. So they will no longer be getting the money they were getting. The worst thing is that they are going unpaid. How? How do you want those families to survive unpaid? How? How do you want? What do you want for those people to survive? What will they eat? Did you know now the future coming, or from now, or from the day the layoff started onwards, the rate of unemployment in USA will be rising each and every minute, each and every day. Why? Think about it. Tell me what you see in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, share, like to my channel. See you next on the next episode. Don't miss. Keep on tuning. Don't forget to subscribe, to share, to support my channel. Keep on tuning for the next episode.